Holy crap, Josh. The Miami Dolphins have defeated the Buffalo Bills. And before you Bills fans come in here and start trying to crap on us and take this win away and say mean things, just know that we're going to soak this shit in as long as we humanly can. Because you don't get to destroy your division rival like that very often. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 305 Gridiron, your source for Miami Dolphins news and storylines throughout the season. We have just completed week 10 of the Miami Dolphins schedule in the National Football League. There's one more game on the docket tonight in terms of the entire league. But this is a big one, Josh, because this 2-win team welcomed the 6-win Buffalo Bills into Miami, a place that's not notoriously known for having a home field advantage. And absolutely delivered a butt whooping in the most unexpected way possible, which, let's be fair, when we were in here doing the preview show, a few of our chatters actually said that it would be kind of funny and fitting if this happened.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is what it feels to win this. This is what it feels like to win the Super Bowl, right? I mean, this is it. We won our Super Bowl.
This is the closest we're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, no, all tongue in cheek, all joking aside, a hell of a performance, absolute hell of a performance. And I get it. Buffalo had a few injuries and blah, 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 all this other crap.
So do we.
So do we. We have more than probably anyone in the league.
Fifth stringers out there playing corner.
And I'll tell you what, this was, and I say this very carefully, this was an organizational win. This was, I mean, from the coaches all the way down to the water boys. This was a win. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. This is a breath of fresh air. You know, does it change anything? Probably not. Not for me, at least. No. But you know what it is? There was some phenomenal film by a lot of young players. It cemented a few other players that I think now can be considered as quasi-foundational ones that I want to see on the next iteration of this team. There was some phenomenal coaching on both sides. I mean, and I say this, I don't say this lightly, because I think everyone on the show that watches us regularly, Anthony, you know, we are very, very hard and very brutally honest when it comes to to this coaching staff, not just Mike McDaniel. And this was a hell of a coaching job by both him and Weaver.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, the only thing that changes for me is it gives me a little confidence that we might win 5 games rather than before this game, I thought 2, we were done. Like, we were going to be coming here every week.
We're going to get swept.
Talking about losses and stuff like that, even the Saints and the Jets games didn't look like potential wins. And now, you gain a little confidence as fans, but as players as well, you gain a little confidence. But like, what happens next week is super important, and we're not going to dwell on that just yet. We have a Wednesday show to do that. But the last time we had a dominant win was 2 weeks ago, and then the next week we got floored. So let's enjoy this moment, because this is a much bigger win than that Falcons game, for us as fans at least. Because beating the Bills, I mean, Jesus, we don't do it often. I think we were 15-2 in the last 17 coming into this game. We were 2-15. They were 15-2.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, there's no way we were 15-2.
Yeah, so to pick up a rare win is huge. But let's go to the chat before we start talking, because these boys deserve to celebrate it with us. Welcome back, the Mad Greek. Welcome into the show once again, and Abel is back as well.
There he is.
You guys, we did it. We freaking did it.
They proved anything is possible.
6-7, boys, 1 game at a time.
Yep. Yeah,
6-7 is not a full season, Abel. I don't know.
Math
is hard. It's okay.
It's
okay.
Cool.
Math,
we respect Abel. We respect the effort, though, Abel.
Who shout out to you, Abel? I saw you on Frozen Fin Fans channel dialing in the other day. Yep. I saw you.
Yeah, it was good to put a face.
I know. I put a
to the
face to the name.
to the
Yeah.
text. I don't know, to the letters.
Yeah, I mean, because there's
whatever.
a picture there, but we can't. I
Yeah.
can't see that. It's too small.
Look, this is what it's like to be at on the victory deck, right? I know that's very tongue in cheek. It's what we call the
Ooh.
shows. The shows that we're doing after a victory. We are on the victory deck.
Yes. You know what we need to do though, because they did it. We need to go find Bill's shows and pop in and say fins up.
No, I'm just gonna drive by like Mike McDaniel. And
Well, I mean, that's what they did to us, right? They just popped in and they said "Go Bills," and then they left. And okay, well, let's return the favor, right?
Well, we live up north, right? I'm in Connecticut, and there's a bunch of Bills bars and around here. I'm gonna drive by them, just like Mike McDaniel.
There's got to be one within.
You're just gonna see me cruising, right?
We use this actually. Yes. We use this as one of our video titles. Thank you, Frozen Fin fan there.
Yep.
I said in your chat last week that we would beat the Bills because with zero expectations. That's exactly what we do. That's exactly what this team does. They do just enough to make the ownership second guess any decisions that they were already having. But Stephen Ross, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you are,
it doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change a freaking thing.
Just enjoy it. We can enjoy it and also feel like it doesn't change it. I said something on Frozen Fins fan shows, which if those of you watching this now or later are not familiar, go check them out. Please go give them a like and subscribe. The same with Mad Greek. He's got a phenomenal with FinSpin. He's got a phenomenal show. Mm-hmm. But I said it on here. I was like, when Miami Dolphins don't, I think I sent the picture in our group chat. I said, and it was like a picture of the 92 Bulls. And it's like, this is the Miami Dolphins with no expectations.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So let's talk reactions, man. Let's get into instant reactions. It was actually a relatively fun game to watch. Very few complaints, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Mm-hmm. But, right from the get-go, we drive down the field 80-something yards.
Crazy.
And score, I believe it was a touchdown right off the bat. I know we settled for field goals here and there. Achane is still a top 5 running back in the league. I find it very confusing that some of our fans believe he's not that good. I don't know what they're watching / maybe they're just jaded. I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, defense played lights out. I mean, give me your reactions to. Give me your thoughts. I mean, we don't really have much. I don't know if it's reactions at this point. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, no, look, reaction, I'm stoked, right? I mean, look, I'm a fan of a team that is going through it. I'm a fan of a team that is clearly about to be in a full teardown rebuild situation for at least a couple of years before we're anywhere close to being quote unquote relevant again. And this is the kind of stuff you want to see, right? You want to see these hard fought victories, these blowout wins against a Buffalo Bills team that I don't give a shit what you think about the Buffalo Bills. They are a Super Bowl contender, in my opinion, this year. I know they're on a little bit of rocky waters. I've heard people, close to the Bills, as in like Bills fans and Jets fans and other fans of other teams are like, oh, the Bills window might be closing. I mean, come on. Like, look, we were overlooked clearly by the Bills. We put a smackdown on them, and it was phenomenal. Achane, the fact that we have fans and some that join our show that say Achane is not a baller. He's an average running back. He's this, that, and the other. We'd be lucky to get a 2 for him. Like, Achane is a top 5 running back in this league, top 6 running back in this league. And he does it in every aspect. He's in the receiving game, the running game. He's better at blocking all of a sudden.
And their argument always tends to be that he doesn't run the ball that way. 174 yards this week. He does what he's asked of. What's asked of him,
He averaged almost 8 yards a carry in this game against the Buffalo Bills defense that ranks. I didn't look it up, but I'm assuming
fourth to last or something like that.
Yeah. So
just above us.
He did what he was supposed to do, right? And 22 carries is exactly what you and I say. We say at least close to 30 touches, but at least over 20 carries a game. That's what he did. Almost 8 yards per carry, 174 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, what else could you want from him? And I loved seeing the Waddle Tua connection again, kind of getting steam. That was nice. And like you said, the defense was fucking on fire, bro. It was everywhere. They were.
Yeah, I mean, and on that note, it was 2 bad run defenses, but our run defense did their job, and the Bills' run defense didn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
our run defense did a hell of a job.
we held James Cook to 53 yards on 13 carries.
Yep.
You know,
just over 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, Josh Allen had 31 yards on 4 carries, but we did prevent him from running a lot too. That's what's not in that stat line is the number of times that we prevented a run and he was forced to either throw it away or take a sack or all that. You know, he was sacked 3 times.
Yeah,
Tua
and
was sacked 0.
And I know, which is insane, given our offensive line. But I will say this, and we'll talk about it early. So I'm not gonna get too far into it. But my God, did our young players step up?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get back to the chat just for a sec here. Let's get their reactions here. Yeah, that's what Josh was alluding to with the drive-by thing. Absolutely ridiculous, and just another reason on top of the myriad of reasons why he shouldn't be retained.
And
it's just so stupid. I get it, right? You want to. I don't. I understand the emotions of wanting to do that, but when you're the leader of a team like this, that's not. You don't do it. You just don't. Everything in your power that says, "Oh, I want to do that." You have the ability to be like, "But I'm not going to." Obviously, right?
Like, could you imagine if I did that? I'm not going to. But could you imagine like how funny that would be?
Yeah, yeah.
But no, this is crazy, Abel. Like, I'm sorry. As the boss of this team. As the head coach of an NFL football team, you're a multimillionaire coaching an NFL one of 32 football teams, and what you decide to do is to go drive by a Bills bar. How about you go back to the office and figure out how to continue to win football games? Because
that's not important.
Not for nothing, you just beat a team that's very good, but they're 6-3. You're 3-7. Like, you know, maybe shut the fuck up and go coach some games, right? I mean, if we were 6-3, if we were a top contender in the AFC, fine, do what you got to do, go be nuts. But I don't know, like it put a bad taste in my mouth.
It's a stupid move, but Abel loved it. So that's the thing. It's gonna be a divisive thing. It's gonna be a divisive thing. Yeah. When was the last time Dolphins had a Pro Bowl run? Yeah, Ricky certainly made a Pro Bowl. He had to have.
Ronnie did.
I think Ronnie did. Yeah.
Filibuster. I'll look it up.
Raheem made it, right? He had 1,300 yards or something like that. All right. Balak, I welcome in. Who are we? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right. If people are on YouTube or trying to tell you that they know, they're lying to you. Turn them off. Come here. Ask us like you did. We no idea. No,
I thought the Bills swapped. I said it in our group chat during the game. I thought the Bills just swapped jerseys.
I'm pretty sure they did. Although Josh Allen is significantly taller than Tua, I think we would have noticed.
Shirts and skins.
Yeah, hey, some more phantom calls in this game, by the way. I know we're not talking about it later, so I want to get to it now. What is with this shit? Do refs hate us? I don't get it.
I don't know, man. That Bradley Chubb thing was criminal.
Just absolutely ridiculous. I know we won the game handily, but that could have easily turned the tide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a couple head scratchers.
And I text you guys during that, right? Like that was we had stopped them on was it 4th and 1 or something like that?
Yep.
And then they call this stupid foul, and then they drive the rest of the field. Mm-hmm. And thankfully we get the interception, the Melifonwu interception in the end zone. But like that's the type of play that has killed us all season. And if it's the player actually doing something bad, fine, call that. But this was another phantom call, similar to the tripping call last week. Like, what are you refs looking at?
Yeah,
this is absurd. I can't stand it. Like, I know that the bad teams don't get the good calls, but Jesus Christmas, man.
No, it's not even about that though. It's like, okay, if there are 7 referees on the field at any given time, and another 4 or 5 of them in the booth, you're telling me not one person said, "Hey, maybe that's a bad call."
And that's a huge point of contention right now amongst just talking heads in the NFL in general. Yeah. The times that the NFL inserts itself into a game seem, I know they're probably not, but they seem at this point like they are completely random. Like they will all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, they looked at it in New York and it's not a foul, right? And it's like, well, why didn't they do that in our game, right? Or it doesn't make any sense. It's like if you're going to do it consistently, or don't do it at all. It's crazy.
What kills me is the 3 days after the game played, you get an apology letter saying, "Oh yeah, we rewatched the film and realized." You're telling me you couldn't do that in real time?
Can we find the NFL like they find the players?
You have 47 monitors. Somebody can't look. I'm a huge soccer fan. I'm sorry, football. We're on a football podcast. Kind of makes, and they have VAR that is in real time talking to the ref saying, hey, I think you should go look at this. The ref will stop the game, go to the sidelines. And it's insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me. And by the way, just to respond to the Pro Bowl, Raheem Mostert did make it in 2024. He was the first Dolphins running back to make a Pro Bowl since Jay Ajayi in 2016.
Did Ronnie and Ricky make it? They were 2008, 2009.
They were way before, yeah.
Love seeing the Bills fans lose their mind. I mean, I haven't seen any of it because my life is crazy right now. But yeah,
I work with a couple of them, and it's amazing.
I bet it is. Are you seriously on vacation in Miami? Because that's a good time to be there.
Yes, it is.
It's a good time to be there.
Welcome
how you doing, bud? Welcome in, Jorge. Welcome in, dude. Hopefully you're having a fantastic time down there. I do not understand the reference, but I am going to agree with you.
Yeah, you lost me on that one too, bud.
Any other instant reactions here before we dive into our takeaways?
No, we're good. Actually, I lied. I do have a question for you, and I'll be curious. In chat, please chime in. I'm curious.
Yep.
There is a lot of this to be said stuff where it's okay when a team makes a big change. GM gets fired, head coach gets fired. They tend to come out the next game, the game after a big move like that happens, and they're juiced.
Yeah.
Do you think that this was that, or do you think that this is more indicative of potential momentum that seemingly putting some stuff together, which I know we'll talk about later? There are some things that we've seen now for a couple of weeks that are working that they're continuously going back to. 6 offensive linemen, for example, Anthony Weaver making sure his linebackers are fitting the holes in the right way, which means he's calling the right plays. Or do you think that this is just they had a fire lit under their ass. This is a 1-game sample size.
Yeah, absolutely that.
Yeah.
And not only that, the Bills are coming off of beating the Chiefs, so they're on a bit of a high themselves. Yeah. And not to take anything away from what the boys did, especially on defense. We have so many backups in right now.
Tons.
It's insane. And Bonner gets burnt, and we'll talk about that. Marshall comes in, he does okay. I think it's just that. I think it's just pure. It's the pure momentum and adrenaline of a change happening in the organization and realizing that, Chris Grier came to bat for you. Now there's nobody coming to bat for you the next time a contract decision is up in the air, right? Like you are now auditioning to the next guy.
Yeah,
which is Champ Kelly, who looked fly as hell out there in his suit, by the way.
Oh, I didn't see him out there.
Champ Kelly. Yeah, go to the Dolphins site. Go to the photos from the Dolphins site. Just search Miami Dolphins Buffalo Bills game day photos, and it's in there. One thing I will say though, because we don't do this a lot. We don't really go to our preview show, back to our preview show a lot and say like, hey, this is what we said. But holy shit, how many times did I say we should play 7 offensive linemen? And how many times did we actually have 7 blockers out there? It wasn't offensive linemen, but like even the announcers pointed it out at one point. They're like, there's 2 fullbacks out there. I was like, we're doing it.
Dude, speaking of, did you see the weird formation that they had with Ingold lined up at an angle?
Is that the one they called him on? Is that the first play of the game?
The stupid motion that wasn't a real motion, but they did it a bunch of times in the game. And the irony is that they only called it.
They only called it once.
Yeah.
It's cold in Florida. What are you talking about? It's 39 degrees up here. It cannot be that cold down there. I got the victory horn when I got here on Sunday. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, but I think we nailed a few of the like. It was the first time this season I feel like our preview was in the line with what the Dolphins actually did.
And it worked. And what worked? Yeah.
It felt pretty good to actually know the team. I don't know if that's actually a good thing or a bad thing. Like we're getting on the same page as a coach that we don't want to be here.
I mean, I think it says more about him than it does about us. But
all right, let's move into key takeaways. If you guys have any other instant reactions there, let us know. But we're going to talk about a lot of this game in the takeaways, so feel free to chime in as we go. First thing I want to talk about is a hot and not situation. This unit started off really well and ended just so awful. I don't even know what happened, but we didn't need them, thankfully. And that is the Tua and Jalen Waddle connection. In the first half, I really thought Jalen Waddle might be the one going for 200 yards. I mean, these two were back on the same page. It looked like Tua's second year when he finally got the start.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Waddle having the Alabama connection. They were connecting left and right. Waddle making just some amazing catches in this one, really kind of showing out himself. I don't know if that's because he's feeling healthy or if he saw the trade rumors and was like, oh shit, I need to up my stock. Nobody wanted to give a first round pick. I don't know what it was, but the problem I had with it was that after those first two scoring drives that those two connected on, I mean, that was it. The passing game disappeared. I think Tua ended up with just as many yards as he had in the first half, like 170 yards or something like that.
Yeah, 174. Yeah.
So, like, you know, what I know we didn't need them. We didn't end up needing them. But for a while, it looked like that was going to be like the bane of our game, right? We were going to let them come back. We were going to let them back in it, similar to what we've done before, similar to the first Bills game. We were winning by double digits in that game. And then...
Oh, yeah, we were. Yep.
Devon Achane stole the show. And we will talk about him shortly. But do you have, like, concern still from the passing game being, like, just seemingly having such a good connection for a little bit every game, but it's only good for one or two drives, and then it just completely disappears?
Yes and no. I mean, I irregardless of what happens, I think Tua has clearly regressed in a lot of areas, and we saw it again, and we'll talk about him later. Some of the interceptions that were question marks and the happy feet, and insert other topics that we will cover later. However, I think when your run game is working the way it was, we leaned on it, and it's what we've been begging this offense to do. Stick with it, Mike. For God's sakes, it goes really well. The game script is really well, and then in the run game, and then immediately when HN or somebody gets tackled for loss, it goes out the window, and we lose games. And so I think early on it was big because I think Buffalo looked like they were gearing up to stop Achane to force Tua to beat them. And Tua took advantage of that early by hitting Waddle, hitting Malik Washington on a couple good ones, threw a dot to fucking Nick Westbrook-Achane. That was one of the most accurate, prettiest balls I've seen in a long time, fit in a tight window as he was diving down. And I think the Bills adjusted and they took away. They're like, okay, well, shit, let's take away the pass now. And then Achane blew up for, Achane had more rushing yards than Tua did passing yards. And I'm okay with that. Right. Tua at this point for me, and I don't mean to say this on a victory deck show, right? I mean, we just beat the Bills. We should all be shitting rainbows. But Tua to me is a game manager at this point in his career with the Miami Dolphins. At least he just don't fuck up, please. Too much. Yeah. Right. And I like to see him in Waddle. I do. And I think it was really beautiful. Some of the balls he threw that one ball he threw to Waddle was stunning. Right. And then Waddle and kind of seems to disappear at times. And I don't know if it's Tua or the script or the game or the plays that are being called or whatever the case is. But I will say this, completely opposite to what it sounds like I'm feeling. Ever since Tyreek Hill left with an injury, and I don't know if this is just coincidence, I feel like our big plays in the passing game have upped by a substantial amount, which is crazy to me, like crazy to think. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just coincidence, but you go back pre-Tyreek Hill injury, we hardly had any deep ball passes.
Yeah. It made no sense. We kept yelling about it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he goes down and I don't know, like a switch flipped. I don't know, because we're chucking it down the field when we shouldn't. Tua's like, fuck it. Let's see what happens,
Two just ridiculous interceptions on the day, too. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm sorry, first arm punts.
Yeah, whatever. It's an interception. Yeah. And the first one he's sitting there laughing about. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
And apparently,
apparently those were conversations that Mike McDaniel had with him saying, hey, chuck it up. Consider it a punt. See what happens. See if we can draw a flag. I hate that. I think that is horrible coaching.
You do that with a guy who has an arm. Not with a guy who does. I mean, the guy can only throw 40 yards. What kind of punt is that? Put Bailey out there. The dude's balling this year.
Yes, he is. If I've been wrong about anyone, it's him.
By the way, that punt that landed on the 2 and just stopped. Shut up.
Yeah, that was wild.
Ridiculous.
That was wild.
Ridiculous. So Overall, it was a pretty good game. A really good game. Really good game. But for Tua and Waddle, there's still work to be done. I can't help but imagine what Waddle would be with a real quarterback, honestly. Maybe I would feel differently about him. Because
you could join Abel and I.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, maybe. Maybe. He had 5 for 84 and a touchdown on 7 targets in this game. And just like he gets behind the defense. It's just nobody there to throw it to him.
That's funny.
All right, let's go to the chat before we go to number 2, because I'm sure we have some people chatting about
Tons.
Waddle and stuff in here. He absolutely did.
Oh my God, it was awesome.
Every time Tua, when Tua's going to throw deep, because he has to wind up like he's like about to chuck the kickball that somebody kicked in his yard. I'm like, oh God, what's going to happen? Oh God, what's going to happen? It doesn't have that much room. The end zone's right there. What's he going to do? Oh my God, what's the hell? And then freaking Waddle is like, yeah, I got this, bro.
It was crazy. Like, hold my beer.
Crazy. Exactly. The first interception resulted in a 3 and out. And then the second interception, I think we actually forced a fumble on that one. That was the one where Josh Allen, I think, was running. Like, he ran for like 15 yards. And then I think it was Brooks came over and punched the ball out. Or maybe Jack Jones.
It was Jones punched it out. And
Jack Jones is like an expert at punching the ball out.
That's all he does. He can't cover a cold, but he can fucking,
I don't care if he can cover as long as he keeps forcing fumbles.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. I don't know. There were some coaching decisions in this where I was like, I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but like, why? 3rd and 14, hand the ball off. Why?
I don't know. Like, I get the whole, hey, it was 3rd and forever. Just take a shot, see what happens. It's an arm punt. Like, I get it, but that's not. I don't know. To me, that is just bad coaching. Maybe I'm jaded. I don't know. Like, that's not what I want.
Running the ball on 3rd and 14 is bad coaching too. When you're only up by 13, it was only 13-0 at that point. We were playing not to lose.
Yeah,
and it was awful. I mean, and we continued to play not to lose the whole game. But key takeaway number 2 is the reason we won.
And let's get to it.
So convincingly.
Yes. This one's going to be much more positive than the first one.
Achane is the identity of this team now, today, tomorrow, and for the future.
Yeah,
he is the best player we've had on this team. I don't know, in a long time. Not a quarterback, although we haven't had a good quarterback in 25 years. So,
sad.
I don't even know what else is like. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else that this kid has to prove to show that he is an elite running back. He's an elite pass catcher. He's an elite running back. He is an elite all-around player in the same mold as Christian McCaffrey. And he doesn't get the gravitas that McCaffrey gets. I get it. Because McCaffrey has been doing it longer, and he was one of the first-ish to do it. But to look at this team and look at Achane and see what he has done. 225 yards in this game, my friend. On a day where everybody was talking about Jonathan Taylor and the Colts game in the morning. Jonathan Taylor ran for 200 yards, right? The poor guy didn't even get a full day to embrace the fact that he ran for 200 yards and have everybody talking about, because then Waddle comes in at the 1 o'clock games and does the same thing. 225 yards.
Wait, who?
Achane.
Oh.
Jonathan Taylor ran for 200 yards in the morning game.
Yeah, no, I know. You said Waddle. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not Waddle. Achane.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. Damn it.
I didn't.
You did. On the season, Achane, over 1,000 total yards already. 780 on the ground with 5.5 yards per carry. 325 through the air on 49 catches and 4 touchdowns. He has 9 touchdowns on the season, dude. So that's what? Quick math, 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns already. We're only going into week 11.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sorry. Like, I will die on this hill. Achane is a top 5 running back in this league and is the single best player we have on either side of the ball. And it's not particularly close. And what I think I love most about Achane this year is you can see he's a finisher. He's a killer. Oh, yeah. I mean, look at this game, right? 59-yard rush, 35-yard rush, both home run touchdowns. The game was over at that point, and he does it so effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's insane how that 59-yard run where he hits the hole, their linebacker meets him, and he just kind of jumps to the side and is off to the races was stunning. I mean, it was like Madden. It was like I hit the left joystick to do a jump cut. It was insane.
And it's
absolutely insane.
To your point before, it's so nice to see Mike finally stick with the run, though, because those two plays that he broke free were plays he got stuffed on earlier in the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the first time they ran those plays. They were just basic stretch plays.
Yeah.
Like, or inside zone. The one was inside zone. The other one was a stretch. But that's why you stick with the game, man. When you have a guy of his caliber, that's why you stick with the run. And it's a big shout out to Jonas Savanaia. He didn't have a good game, but on those two runs, he had good plays.
Yeah, and Patrick Paul too. Patrick Paul pancaked somebody for that second one.
Patrick Paul had a very good day.
Yeah,
Jonah not so much. I remember reading in the text chain that we all have. He wasn't getting a lot of love from us, deservedly so.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe his production. I know I don't like. I sound like I'm just fanboying, and to a point, I am. I mean,
I am too.
Yeah. We're 3-17 with a running back who has 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns right now.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, and you know what I like to see is I'm glad to see Mike McDaniel not only leaning into the run, right, with his heavy sets, with his 5 fullbacks and 7 tight ends and 6 offensive linemen and a dump truck, and it's great. But what I really love to see, specifically when Achane is in there, is you see a lot of those kind of mid-inside zone runs, those split flow runs, the crack toss, which is one of my favorite ones, to really allow him to all of those kind of play calls and lean into what he's good at, which is that one cut and go, kind of can assess really quick. I have 2 options, from a gap standpoint. I can hit the outside or I'm going to hit the inside, and it's a 1-2, and he's gone. You know what I mean? And it looks like, and I can't believe I'm saying this live on the show, that it looks like Mike McDaniel simplified some of the things in the run game, which has translated to a much more productive running back room. And I have to be honest with you, I loved seeing it. I hope we continue it. I hope he doesn't go backwards, him being Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. Because
I'm sorry, Achane has a chance I think if he continues to run this way, is 1,500 yards on the ground crazy? No, I don't think so. With another 600 or 700 in the receiving game, I don't think that's crazy at all. He's that kind of talent.
He could have a 2,000-yard season for sure. I think easily, actually.
Yeah.
We have 7 games left.
Which, if I was to tell you, Miami would be, what are we now? 3-7. 3-7. GM's gone, rosters in shambles. But we're gonna have potentially have a 2,000-yard running back, not rushing, but in touches.
Yeah.
Or in scrimmage yards. You wouldn't believe me. You'd be like, "There's no way."
He's on pace to have his first 1,000-yard rushing season.
Yeah.
He had 907 yards last year.
Yeah. The only thing I want to see, and this is weird because, and I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here, so please hold me accountable, chat. On one hand, I want to see him average anywhere from 20 to 25 touches a game, but I also don't want to blow out his legs.
Yeah,
in a season that doesn't. I hate to say it this way. Even if we hit a winning streak, it doesn't really matter. We are going to be in a rebuild, so I just really hope we find that kind of razor's edge balance between letting him be him and affecting the game in the manner in which he affects the game, which is all positive. And also kind of like save him from himself kind of thing. You know, if that makes sense.
I'm really hoping that Ali was just hurt.
Yeah. What was going on with Ali? He only got
1 carry and Wright had 5. I don't,
The chat. Did you guys know? Was he injured? Did something happen pregame? Like, if you know, let us know.
Yeah. Not sure. So Achane, he's the identity, bro. He's the team. I think, but my one fear with Mike McDaniel leaving, which I still very much hope is the case, is that while all of the talk about him being a quarterback whisperer has clearly been nonsense,
fugazi,
he definitely knows how to work a running game.
Yeah, he's a hell of a good run coach.
And I'm nervous that the next regime won't utilize Achane the same way. Now, why am I nervous? That doesn't really make any sense. We haven't won shit with with Mike McDaniel or with Achane being here. I think it's just because I'm a really big fan of Achane's at this point.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe you would have to think that a coach coming in, and I know it's probably asking a lot. Well, would there's enough film?
Yeah.
With Achane, right? And maybe I'm crazy, but I have to believe that coaches coming in and they want to build an offense around their best players. Yep. Achane is the best player on this team. Build your offense around,
Matt Greek says they were just going easy on the foot injury from last week, so that's good to hear.
Right. Okay, that's right. I forgot that he had that nasty kind of tangle up or got rolled up on.
Let's get into our final takeaway from this game.
Let's do it.
Takeaway number 3 from the Dolphins: 30-13 win over the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, crazy.
Which I'm just noticing our title says 30-3. 33 is fine. 30-3.
Oh shit. I forgot the 1.
Even better. We might get more people in here because of that. The defense absolutely set the tone for the, I don't know, 3rd week in a row. I feel like it all started back in the Falcons game where we dominated Mr. Kirk of the Cousins.
Mr. Kirk of the Cousins.
And really, the Kirk Cousins domination wasn't the storyline there. It was the Bijan, right? Everybody had Bijan as a huge fantasy play that week. Everybody was playing him in DraftKings and FanDuel and all that other crap. And Bijan did nothing. And our defense stood him up. And then last week against Baltimore, our defense was the only reason we were in that game at halftime. Before they ended up getting run over in the second half. But I mean, how much more could they do? The offense did nothing against Baltimore. And now this week, they come out for the 3rd game in a row against a team that is significantly more talented than them. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, I mean, across the board.
The Buffalo offense, the Falcons offense, the Ravens offense are all significantly more talented than our defense. And this is the 3rd week in a row the defense came out and balled out.
Yep.
Anthony Weaver, we have been hypercritical of you for the first 7 games of this season. The defense looked lost. The players looked lost. It looked really, really bad. But for the last 3 games, I don't know what you have changed. But this unit looks like we expected it to look at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I mean, when you hold James Cook to 13 carries for 53 yards, no touchdowns, and you kind of limit. I mean, I know Josh Allen had 300 and something yards, whatever.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, though. Josh Allen gets 300 yards in his sleep. The important part is he had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 lost fumble. So we matched his scores with his turnovers. Yeah,
and I think, look, I mean, it speaks for itself. This defense from top to bottom played. I mean, am I crazy to think it played its best game of the year?
Oh, easy.
I mean, I know that the Atlanta game was wild.
The Atlanta game was a very close number 2, but this was not Kirk Cousins this week.
No, I mean, we're talking about a team that's in Super Bowl contention, right? Yeah. In the conversation.
I mean, I think James Cook is slightly below Bijan, like a little notch. And then Josh Allen is an entire universe ahead of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I mean, they're not even in the same conversation. I will say this, our defense, I think the defense finally had enough, right? And it, like you said, it's been multiple weeks. We have a blueprint now. We know what's going to work. We know what we're going to call. We know how we're going to call this game. And I'll tell you this, if we continue to put up defensive efforts like this on a week in and week out basis, something that we can lean on as a team, the identity of the Miami Dolphins then becomes they are a defensive minded team. You have to earn every single yard that you put on them. It takes a shitload of pressure off our offense. I'll tell you that much. And I mean, like you said, we were super critical of Weaver and we had every reason to be early in the season.
100%.
He figured something out. I don't know if he went back to the drawing board. I don't know if he, if he talked to somebody, maybe he went to therapy. I have no idea. But whatever it is, keep it going, bro. Because let me tell you something. This defense does not look like this. It looks like a totally different team than it did for the first 5 weeks, 6 weeks of the game or of the year.
And the crazy part is if you just look at the team stats for this game, the key metrics that people regularly point out as being the way you win a football game.
Mhm.
We only led in one of them. We lost the time of possession game. We lost the yardage game, right? We lost third down efficiency. we lost. Had less first downs. We had less yardage. Like, we won the turnover battle, and that's the only one we won. They had 3. We had 2. Yeah. But I think the difference was our defense showed up with those turnovers at the right time. Whereas our 2 turnovers were what I guess everybody's dubbing arm punts now. I've never heard this term before, but suddenly it's famous. No. So our 2 turnovers were almost purposeful. Yeah. Whereas theirs were immensely impactful.
Yeah, momentum killers.
Yeah. One of them was in the end zone. Another one was when they were driving down the field and forced a fumble, right? Actually, 2 other ones. The James Cook fumble too.
Oh, right. I forgot about it.
Was on a drive that they were putting pressure on the defense.
Yep.
Yeah. There's just something the secondary seems to finally understand that they are kind of the problem in the second in the defense, right? Yeah. So they're almost working overtime to make a bigger impact in other ways. It's almost like it's just they've had like this come to Jesus moment with themselves. We are not that good, but we can still make plays, right? We need to force 1 or 2 turnovers a game, and that's enough to give our offense what they should need to win this game.
Yeah, and I think some big stats that I look at for this defense in this game were the 6 tackles for loss. I think that shows eye discipline, technique discipline, and I know this
Brooks. I mean, he would like
no. So Brooks had 2. Jack Jones had 2. Sealer and Willie Gay each had 1.
I'm shocked that Brooks only had 2. I felt like he was in the backfield the whole time.
He was like living back there.
Yeah.
Right? And what I love about it is that our defense looked like it was calm.
Yeah.
During the chaos. It looks like they didn't get too high. They never got too low. When they completed when the Bills were running that, they started at like the 3 or 2 after Jake Bailey's incredible punt, and they drove 90-something yards. They weren't like, fuck, all right, I'm done. Like, I need a breather. You know what I mean? They were locked in, and you could see that they weren't, and this kind of sounds counterintuitive. They weren't overthinking, right? They were just, I'm going to do my 111th. I know you guys hear it all the time here. And it was great because you had players that were completely unexpected. Yeah. And I know Finspin talked about it earlier. I think it was Finspin talked about Juju Brents.
Yes,
yeah,
he did.
Juju Brents, dude, 5 tackles, 5 solo tackles, 1 pass defense. Fitzpatrick pass defense, multiple that one insane stop on the goal line. Jason Marshall Jr. had 2 pass defenses that were like game sealing type plays as a rookie. You had Grant and Jordan Phillips. I always want to say Jalen Phillips. Jordan Phillips. Go watch the film. He was everywhere as a rookie, as a 5th round rookie. I mean, I'll tell you what, man, it was great to see finally Sealer get his first sack. Right?
Yeah, Sealer get his first sack. Zeke Biggers was out there and not a healthy scratch, which was great to see.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. This was the kind of defense that I thought we would have all season. I thought the offense was going to be a problem. I thought the defense was the one hope that we had. And they finally showed up, and it was incredible. I don't know, whatever Weaver's doing, he needs to continue to do it.
Yeah. I mean, when you got a guy like Juju Brents, I think we took him off Indianapolis' practice squad. And he hasn't really seen much playing time since we did that. We did that a long time ago. I remember talking about it on the show.
Yep. He was injured too. He caught an injury.
Oh, what else is new?
Yeah. But I mean, he was a top 100 player, right? Top 100 player, physical freak at the position. Just, never put it together upstairs. And I'll tell you what, he looked, pardon my French. Well, not fuck that. This is our show. He looked fucking good. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Is the F word French?
Well, sure. I'm fluent in French, and yes, it is.
You are fluent in French. So
I am. I lived in France. I grew up in France, and yeah, it's French.
I know a couple French things. That's it.
Don't do it. Not live on the show.
Well, I'm not going to do it. Although I would love to learn a language, so you may have to teach me on the side.
I'm busy that day.
You mother. All right. Anybody else we want to talk about here on the defense? By the way, Riley Patterson had a tackle. Go, son.
Did he really?
He did. I don't remember when that happened, but he did.
All right, good for him.
Quentin Bell, we saw action too. I forgot about that. Good to see him out there. Malifanu's only action that he did all day was the interception. Good.
I mean, fine.
I'll take it.
Give us one a week.
I'll take it. I can't say enough about Bradley Chubb. 4 quarterback hits. I mean, get in there, son.
And a bullshit penalty.
And a bullshit penalty. Yeah. All right. That's our key takeaways, though.
I will say this. What? This was probably Minka's best game as a Miami Dolphin. Not just in his return.
Yeah.
As a Miami Dolphin, this was his best game. He was everywhere.
Yeah. Here. Best thing I saw from Minka that I hadn't seen all year, and the most encouraging thing going forward with him was a smile on his face. Minka was happy. Everybody's happy after a win. Hey, everybody's happy after a win.
Makes everything hurt less.
I don't know, man. Dude.
I will say this. Okay. Can I be the guy?
I just want to say one thing.
Okay.
And then you can be the guy.
Okay.
I don't believe that Jalen Phillips was a locker room problem.
No. Who's saying he's a locker room problem?
Nobody. I'm about to.
Oh.
But this team played very spirited the game after he was traded away. And now we're going to see him tonight, and I can't wait to watch. I'm going to watch the Eagles. I can't wait to see. Hopefully he get a sack. I don't know. I don't know what that says. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's reading into nothing, and I'm sure it is because Phillips seems like a stand-up guy, and I wish I had gotten to meet him before he got shipped off. But I mean, we just saw a way more spirited defense in this one.
Yeah, and again, I think it's a lot less. I don't think Jalen Phillips was a problem at all. I think this was exactly what we said earlier in the show. This was Chris Grier got fired. There were some big changes.
Yeah.
Butts are getting a little toasty on the hot seat. Let's fucking show up. It can't get much worse. Let's see what happens. Right.
This is what happened.
No.
The conspiracy lives on.
No, it doesn't. Let me call this out. And Frozen Fin fan Dirk is not watching, I don't think. But Dirk says Tanner Connor, and he cemented it. And I'm saying this tongue in cheek. He cemented it on his show live. Tanner Connor punched Tua in the face, which is why we had Visor Tua for 2 weeks.
But he originally said it was a defensive player, and Jalen Phillips got traded.
Okay. Hey. All right. Okay. All right. We're piecing it together, folks. It's Jalen Phillips with a candlestick in the locker room.
We do not have a lot to live for in terms of football this year.
No, it's what we got.
This is what we got. We've become detectives on Visor Tua.
Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da.
Let's go to the chat because our boy's been lighting it up in here. Balakai always
yes,
getting more action for our like button than we are. Really appreciate that, Blake. Shout out to you, buddy. Buffalo wings for dinner tonight. Hook me up, bro. Send them. I'm only about 2,000 miles away. It's fine.
Yep.
The rookies are finally getting 100%. 1,000%. Traders played a lot this year. I feel like he's starting to come into his own. Jason Marshall's back from injury. Thank goodness. Because I thought, he was a starting nickel. That means they saw something in him at the beginning of the year. And then they put him right in for Bonner.
Well, it's good to see him on the outside because that's where he played in college.
Yeah. And then Bonner lets up the touchdown to Keon, and Jason Marshall comes in, and guess who doesn't get a catch? Keon, because they went right for him. And I don't think Keon Coleman's a very good player, by the way, but that's
don't you slander my Florida State people.
Yeah, well, he's shit. Hit the like button, everybody. Yeah, there was 13 of y'all in here before. Hopefully, y'all hit the like button before you left.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Please. It really genuinely helps.
The next 3 games are winnable. Washington not looking great. And then I believe the next 2 are the Jets and the Saints in some sort of order. I don't know if that's the right order.
Switch it, but yeah.
So, we have 3. I don't know that I want to win the next 3 games, but we could. We definitely could. This would be hella cool. We are, I think, 12 away right now, which would be amazing.
We're super close. Yeah, it's nuts.
You all are absolutely amazing. Like, we asked you to get us to 75, and you did, and now we're up to 88 less than a week later. Absolutely incredible. You guys are the goats of the chat. Can't
thank you, each and every one of you enough.
Maybe just an unwitting jinx. About Phillips. Maybe, but what if he did punch him? That's the real story here.
That would be kind of amazing.
That's the real story. Abel's here for it.
Yeah, Abel's like, let's get it on.
Let's go. Dude definitely got punched, right? Blake,
He did. Blake, he definitely got punched by somebody.
Dirk with this conspiracy theory has got everybody like, this is the perfect thing. to introduce to the Dolphins fan base right now.
Everyone, flood Dirk's channel with conspiracy theories on who punched Tua. I love
it. Absolutely. All right, you ready to get into Legends and Letdowns?
Yes, but can I be the guy that pisses into defense's Cheerios really quick? After we just glaze them for
I don't
20 minutes.
Piss on anybody's Cheerios.
I'm going to.
It's kind of rude. Cheerios are pretty good. I don't
super hydrated right now.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to see more of that I feel like we are the only thing that we are missing from this defense is quarterback pressure, consistent quarterback. And I know it's hard because, all we have is really Chubb. I don't know how we do it. I don't know another way to do it, but I just feel like there were so many moments where Josh Allen was like back there for 12 Mississippis, which is a very, very professional unit of measurement.
100%. It's the most professional unit of measurement.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only unit of measure. But he was back there for. I mean, he didn't do anything with it, luckily. But you can't count on that every game. And so having a quarterback sit there and have all the time in the world with hardly any pressure is troubling. And so it's the only thing I want to see Weaver. Look, he called an amazing game. The defense played outstanding. I mean, no way, shape, or form slighting their performance. I hope we can see the next evolution of this during this year, and scheming up some more pressures.
I am growing a little impatient with our 13th overall pick. I see players all throughout the league from the first round making impact, and I see our guy who should be putting pressure up the middle, that's what he was drafted for, not putting pressure up the middle at a time where we really need some pressure up the middle. And I get it. It's his rookie year. Chop showed some signs in his rookie year and then had a really good second year, and maybe that happens. But I can't help but watch Tyler Warren continue to blow shit up for the Colts and think to myself, yep, we could have had that.
Yeah, I think it's hard also to because you look back go look at all of the rookie defensive tackles. That's a hard position to pop on the stats for example. You know what I mean? But I get what you mean.
But maybe don't draft him at 13, and especially if you end up getting Phillips and Biggers later on. I mean,
woulda, coulda, shoulda. Really quick,
I'm going to root for Kenneth Grant as much as I can, but I'm still not happy with the pick.
And I do think we need to pause on the Bills talk, and we need to throw Mad Greek. Congratulations. This is a huge milestone.
Oh, 1,000 views on a short. That's huge. Dude.
Absolutely incredible, bud. Like, seriously, congratulations. Seriously. Absolutely incredible.
Mad props, bro.
We had our one or two of those with our shorts, and I'll tell you what, we celebrate every single time.
Everyone. Our text messages probably seem really lame, but it doesn't matter because it's huge to us. It's huge to us. Kosa popping in too. What's up, bud?
Hey. Whoa.
What up? How you liking that win, Kosa? I know you didn't expect it either. I saw you over in Frozen's chat as well.
Nobody expected it. If you expected it, you were lying to yourself.
With 3 sacks against Allen, you're not wrong.
True.
But we still need more. We need like 12 sacks a game. Yeah. I won't be happy unless we have 12 sacks a game. It's not real.
You're never going to be happy.
Let's move into Legends. I'm never going to be happy. You're right. I'm a Dolphins fan. Let's move into Legends and Letdowns, boys and girls. The Legends are the people who had the biggest performances for the Miami Dolphins, or sometimes just really good performances if there's too many of them. And the Letdowns are the ones who we wish would just stop showing up to the stadium. Maybe that's a bit much, but yeah. Let's go with that. Let's start.
Put them in the chat too. Chat. Let us know do you have any legends, any letdowns? It can be position groups, it can be players, it can be whatever. Throw them in the chat.
Bonus points if it's somebody unique.
Very much so. Yep.
Yeah. Actually, I just thought of another letdown now that we're talking about that. But you go first with your legends.
Yeah. I think my first one is the rookies stepping up. Stacked film. I mean, go back and watch the film of this game. You see them pop up everywhere, and it was absolutely incredible. Yeah. Truly genuine winning snaps, right? That's what I look for. That's how I evaluate rookies. I don't really care necessarily all that much about stats for a rookie. I want to see good plays, good technique, and I want to see winning snaps. Yeah. And, you saw it all over the field. Yeah. Sound coverage, clean tackling, great pass defense, great eye discipline, great technique on quite a lot of plays. And we're talking about 5th-round rookies that are playing significant snaps. And they really contributed in every single phase of this game, special teams, offense, and defense, to really keep Buffalo kind of on tilt. And it was really cool to see, kind of very much. It gave me the same vibes as Chop Robinson last year, where, you know, the first half of the season, we were like, dude, what the fuck? Who did we draft? This dude's a bust. And then he reeled off 8 or 9 sacks in like a handful of games. I'm not saying that'll happen again, but yeah, no, it was really cool. Rookies, congratulations. Hell of a game.
Yeah, I mean, part of me wishes that we would have found a way to move Benito Jones so that we get the 3 rooks in the defensive tackle rotation on a regular. Yeah. All 3 played in this game. Jordan Phillips continues to look like the best defensive tackle we drafted. Yeah. And if that ends up being true, then fine. I mean, will it suck to be like your 13th overall pick is no better than your 5th pick, 5th round pick?
It's a lottery.
Who cares? Just get me a good player, you know?
And I think at worst, Grant is a rotational player, at absolute worst. Yeah. So he's still going to impact this game. He might not impact it like a 13th overall first round rookie, but he's still going to make an impact.
Defensive tackles take a bit. I mean, look at Sealer. Didn't we snag Sealer off the practice squad from Baltimore?
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy.
What about you?
Let's go to the chat here. Brunskill, big shout out here.
Yo, that was crazy. That was nuts, Kosa.
Brunskill not getting more play at actual guard. I mean, maybe he loves playing pulling guard like this extra lineman, and I wouldn't blame him. It seems like a fun position.
He thrives off it, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, that play, he got pancaked, got up on his knees, and was still held his own. And it was on one of those Achane touchdown runs. It was crazy.
Abel's still a huge fan of Mike's drive-by of the Bills bar.
No.
And no. Grant running down the ball carrier on the opposite sideline was impressive. Dude's got wheels, I'll tell you that.
It does.
I'll tell you that. So mine went to Melifonwu. He made just one play in this game, but it was such a huge momentum-changing play. An interception in the end zone, and the target was a tight end. That's the real reason I chose Melifonwu, because the target was a tight end, and he didn't catch it. We caught it. Melifonwu, you're my savior. Love you, buddy. Actually, no, you're kind of shit, but this was a really good play, and I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. No, that was a hell of a play, man. It really was.
HN, of course, man. MVP 2025. And then his letdown was McDaniel with the timeout. Yeah, timeout. The first play of the game, dude.
Dude, the memes that are on social media right now for that, where it was like the game started 0-0, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Miami's first timeout.
Dude.
0-0, 15 minutes.
I wasn't even home yet. I was at ShopRite just finishing up my morning shopping, and I'm watching like the play-by-play on ESPN. All I see is false start, timeout, and I'm like, well, that's going back in the old pocket here.
Yeah, we're going to try again tomorrow.
I'm not going to pay attention to that.
I don't know. What do you think he was trying to do? Because he argued with the refs, but you can't challenge that.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm going to prove a point? I don't know.
If we would have lost that game because we didn't have enough time, let's move on. Who's your next legend?
Jordan Brooks, man. He was, I don't know, a tone setter in this game.
Oh, easy.
I mean, I can't think of something more powerful off the top of my head, but whatever more powerful of a phrase than he was our tone setter. That's what Jordan Brooks was. Downhill fits were incredible. He's such a patient linebacker, and I know that's not really what you want or what you think about when you think of a really good defensive player. But what I mean by patient is he had his reads, he knew what he was supposed to do, and he didn't defer from it. He didn't try to do too much, and it was something that was very key to setting up everyone else on the defense to be in position to make a play. Because where he made he had a shitload of tackles. He leads the NFL in tackles. He was everywhere. He wasn't always the one making the play, but he was one of the catalysts that led to the player making the play. And it was it's exactly what you want to see from a defensive captain. And some of those TFLs, those 2 TFLs on Cook that he had, those were kind of game tilting, if you will, plays, because they were momentum killers. And it was 12 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and just a shitload of energy. It was cool, man. He's a hell of a player.
This was the Jordan Brooks we fell in love with last year. And have been immensely disappointed with this year.
Well, and those last 3 games that you talked about earlier, where this defense, he's been the catalyst, in my opinion.
I think, I don't know, because we don't know, but it just feels like he's finally being put in a position to succeed.
Yeah.
Not being asked to do things he's not good at. Being allowed to be the guy that they wanted the other guy to be, that they wanted Dodson to be, right? Like they wanted Dodson, and before Dodson, they wanted David Long Jr. to be the run stuffer, the guy that plugs the hole. And the whole time you had Brooks there, who turns out is really friggin' good at plugging the hole.
Yeah, he gets it.
And I mean, I think a large part of that goes to the defensive lineman too. A lot of the time, this isn't a stat that they get, but NFL people talk about the defensive tackle's job is to keep the offensive lineman off the linebacker.
Yes.
Well, they did a hell of a job in this game.
Hell of a job. Hell of a job.
Hell of a job. We got some shout outs here. Willie, big play. Willie Gay, he did get some play in there. Welcome to the show, Cap. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Hey.
We did see this news as well. We've parted ways with co-directors of player personnel, Adam Engroff and Anthony Hunt. Truthfully, we didn't actually say anything in this show because who the hell knows who Adam Engroff and Anthony Hunt are.
They're co-directors of player personnel.
Well, now you know. Now I know, and now I know they're not here anymore.
Now, let me ask you a question. What do co-directors of player personnel do?
They co-direct stuff.
Player personnel. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Listen, if you can't have what's better than one director of player personnel?
Multiple cooks in the kitchen.
Co-directors of player personnel.
Because I love nothing more than when I'm doing my job in IT to have somebody over my shoulder telling me what they think I should do.
Yes. That's 100% the way it always is.
Who's your next legend, bud?
Jason Marshall Jr., baby. He's coming in hot. Listen, I know he didn't do a lot, but when he was thrown into service, he performed. Sure Ethan Bonner Jr. lets up a touchdown and immediately gets benched. There's that accountability we've been talking about. Holy shit, look, it works.
Yeah, crazy.
Jason Marshall Jr. gets put in on the outside, like you mentioned earlier, his position from college. He's been playing nickel for us mostly this year. And they immediately try to attack him, and he immediately has 2 pass breakups in a row. Jason Marshall, I feel like this game may be your catalyst into a starting cornerback position on the outside, hopefully, and let's see if you can develop. If we get 2 of these 5th round picks to become starters or even rotational starters, that's huge, dude.
I mean, shit, between Ali, Marshall Jr. and Jordan Phillips. I mean, crazy.
And
Trader. I mean,
so Ali was in the 6th, and it was Trader, Marshall, and Phillips in the 5th.
Yep. And Jason Marshall, in his limited playing time, 4 total tackles, 2 pass defense.
It's crazy.
Or pass breakups.
Yeah.
Crazy. Absolutely nuts.
I mean, he came in and he was on it. He rose to the challenge, so to speak. Yep. Which is a really difficult challenge. He's playing against Josh Allen. I feel like we don't give that enough gravitas.
Yeah. I mean, and he was targeted by said quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Hell of a player. When we talk, I mean, we said it when we talked about the rookies earlier. I said it with my first legend. You said it now. The rookie stepped up. You can tell they've matured. I don't think this is a flash in the pan. I don't think this was something like, oh, he just kind of, stumbled ass over tea kettle into making a play. He ran the routes for the wide receivers he was covering to make those pass breakups, and it was awesome to see. And I think, his play in particular, I know Dante Trader played a lot and played pretty well, all things considered. But in this game, and we kind of alluded to it at the beginning, Marshall Jr. and Juju Brents, for me at least, and I'm just speaking for myself, are not foundational players, but they're players I want on this team at least for the next iteration.
Solid depth. That's the kind of depth you need,
Yep.
I mean,
all right, so my last legend. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You got.
I just we tend to try to take that depth and turn it into starters, like Cater, right? It's like we're not happy just having a depth piece who's a good rotational. Like we got to try to make him a starter. It's like Cater's not a starter, and Marshall may not be a starter either, but at least we'll have some good depth.
Exactly. And I'm not going to spend too much time because we had a whole segment on the defense. But my last legend of the day, there were quite a few. We limit ourselves to at least to no more than 3. Was Weaver's defensive play calling. It was spectacular, and I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'll keep it short too. Zach Sealer, buddy, welcome to the NFL, or welcome back,
baby.
His first sack of the year, and he actually had a relatively dominant day. Obviously, defensive tackles don't rise up on a stat sheet that often, but to see him get his first sack against Josh Allen, I'm here for it.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, crazy. we don't have very many letdowns, and I know we want to get to it because we went from being undertime to being overtime because that's what we do. Let's get into our letdowns. We each just have one. I have a special, not a special one, but like a third one just to call out too. So who was your letdown?
Yeah, Tua.
Yeah.
You know, those picks, I get it. They're whatever we're calling them now, arm punts, which is bullshit. They were interceptions. Sorry.
Making up terminology for Tua now.
Spade's a spade, right? He forced a bunch of throws. I feel like he didn't need to. Luckily, it didn't come and bite us in the ass this week. But if he does this every week, you know, we're going to lose a lot more games than we should.
Leads the league in interceptions, by the way.
He does. And that's another reason, right? Yeah. Because I'm sorry, you lead the league in a negative stat, but you're smiling about throwing 2 more of them just because. I don't know. He needs to tighten up his decision making. He needs to stop his happy feet when players get when opposing defensive players get in his general visible vicinity. Because you're a starting quarterback in the NFL. You have to learn how to deal with pressure. These are the best of the best of the best that are playing these positions. If you can't handle pressure and you can't throw a ball more than 5 yards accurately, you're not a starting quarterback in this league. And I'm not saying you can't, because I understand a couple of years ago he led the league in deep passes. I get it. He can throw the ball when he needs to. But his fundamentals look off. And I saw it again in this game where he was throwing off his back leg or off his back foot too many times. Like, that is quarterback 101 type shit that he's doing. And it's frustrating. And look, he didn't lose us the game.
Yeah.
But he didn't win us the game either. Right. So I just want to see a little bit more professionalism from Tua. If I can.
Like a handful of quarterbacks that can get away with throwing it off their back foot. You ain't one of them.
Nope.
Old noodle arm Tua over here. I put the passing game, not realizing you had Tua's interception. So I'm actually going to throw it to a guy who I've praised a lot this year, but he had a forgettable day. And that's our kicker, Riley Patterson.
Oh, Shank McGee.
Yeah, not the best of days for Sir Patterson there. Thankfully, it also did not come back to bite us.
No.
But, you know, I don't know if Jason Sanders is coming back at this point. We're 10 weeks into the season, and there's still no news on that. So I would expect he's not. So, Patterson, you have a chance to not only make yourself some money, you could make yourself a lot of money. Have you seen the kicker situation in the NFL this year?
Yeah, it's gruesome.
Some teams are on their 4th kicker already. So you could certainly make yourself some money. Just don't be doing that shank shit, bro.
The Buffalo had their backup running back kicking the onside kick.
The onside kick, yeah.
So, I mean, you know.
Back to the chat for just a sec before we say goodnight to all of you fine folks here and are joining us tonight on our show. Austin Clark's secret weapon. I honestly had to look up who that is, our defensive line coach. He looks like he's going to kill somebody, by the way, if you go to the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. That's very terrifying. I can't look away. Never mind. On to the next one. Fitzpatrick's 2-point stop tackle. That was epic. Yeah.
That was incredible. Talk about game of inches.
I mean, Jesus, like literally.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought like they were going to call it to the booth to like look at it and stuff. And I was like, oh God, please be no good. Please be no good. And yeah, sure shit. Yeah. Coast is all about ridding the franchise of its ineptitude. There's a lot more to go.
Amen. We got some more to do.
Yep. And he gives Dotson the defensive player of the week.
All right. Okay.
A new name.
I love it.
That's what happens during a win. There's lots of names to talk about, not the same old story for the same old people. Although Tua somehow, in a win where almost everybody on the team played well, manages to be the one guy on the negative list.
I mean, you know what? Kind of fitting, right?
What a good quarterback. So happy. All right. We got to close out this one today, but I'm going to shout you all out in the chat first before we do that. Make sure I get all your names. Costa, thank you for joining us. The Mad Greek, once again, thank you for popping in. I know Blake was here. I haven't seen him in a bit, but I know he was here. Abel, thank you, sir, for joining us again. And Jorge, have fun down in Miami, my friend. Hopefully we'll see you back on the YouTube soon. I don't know if you're still making videos while you're down there, but if you're not, looking forward to when you get back and make your reaction video. And if you haven't checked out FinSpin's newest short, over 1,000 views. Bro's about to become huge. He ain't going to be in here no more. He's going to forget all about the little people. Go check it out. I'm just kidding. He would never do that. But go check out his latest short. Over 1,000 views already. Congratulations once again to FinSpin. Go check out his channel. Go check out SNJ 1966. That is Sports Night with Jorge. Go check out his channel as well.
And Frozen Fins fan, go check out his channel. He does amazing.
Frozen Fin. He's not here right now. He doesn't get a shout out.
Yes, he does. He always gets a shout.
Only because he gave us the conspiracy, but that's it.
That's okay. He's still my guy. Go check him out. Give him all the love you can. And again, we are. What's our milestone? What's our next milestone?
Our next milestone is 150.
150
by
subs.
Some date in February.
By February 12th. Let's just say.
Let's say somewhere around there.
Yeah. And if we can magically get there, and it's going to be tough. You guys have been pushing as hard as you possibly can, and we fully appreciate it. But if we can get there, we are going to be doing some swag giveaways to a random commentator.
Hopefully one of these guys, because they're here.
Probably one of these guys, but we will put everyone's name in a hat and see what we pull. We won't. But either way, if we get to that goal by our date, we will be sending one of our lucky fans some Dolphin swag as well as some 305 Gridiron swag. So smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. We really appreciate it, man.
Hey, can I get some of the 305 Gridiron?
Nope,
swag?
sorry,
okay.
not at all.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. 88 subscribers. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. We're gonna get to 100 hopefully by the end of November. That's a new goal that Jorge gave us. So there we go. Let's get to 100 subscribers by the end of November. That'll be fantastic.
Yes, it will.
But for tonight's episode, that'll do it for us. This is a fantastic episode because we got to talk about a rare Miami Dolphins win. We're now 3-7, and we've recently taken down the Buffalo Bills. That gives you something to be happy about. Next week, we're facing off with Washington, and we're closing out the international games. We're facing off with the Washington Commanders in Spain.
Madrid,
baby.
Awesome.
In Madrid, Spain. Should be really cool. I don't know if we're going to be playing Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota yet. They've been very zipped up.
Marcus is playing.
Is he? Okay.
Yep.
Well, there you go. We're playing Marcus Mariota, so maybe we get another win there. Who the hell knows? We'll see which team shows up in Spain. But until then, we will not see you again until Wednesday. So 2 days. It's not long. You'll survive. Yeah. Yep. Preview show on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We will be here. Same channel, same place, same time, same people, different clothes, hopefully.
Nope. Same clothes.
Same clothes. All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight. This has been the 305 Gridiron. I'm Anthony Pinzone. That is Josh, a.k.a. Aqua Ace. And until next time, fins up, baby.